Hi there, welcome to my how-to on dynamic SharePoint workflows. I thought I'd publish this just once. I don't want to do a number of takes on this video, so I'll just run you through some of the solutions that I've come up in terms of the form that I've actually designed here. So here we see a standard Infopath form. As I've mentioned in the blog post above, the form will actually be updated by the user, and each time the form status will then be updated to, which is shown here in my form library here. So I have a form status column, so the form status will be updated each time this form moves into any new state. You see here on the left, I have multiple views, and in my case the form has multiple approval steps. So if I run through all of them, this is the initial setup of the form. Once that save my changes button is committed there, the form status is actually updated to a state where the workflow can react to that form status and execute the first step. Now what that actually means is, if I go in here and I check my rules, you'll see here that on submittal of the form, and on click of that button, I set a field value, which is my form status. So this form status is shown right the way through this actual form. So the form status will be updated to originator complete. And my workflow will then react to that form status. The way that I've actually managed the form views, so that every time the form is opened and it's opened in a new state, a different view is shown. So this might be used when you have an approval or rejection. You may want to show an extra section. This can be seen over here when I run through my views. If we have a look over here, I will just take you to my first view, which is the originator manager pending. So what happens is, when the form opens, it checks the form status, which we can check over here. So if we look at this here, when form status is equal to originator manager pending, we switch to the view that I've shown here on the screen. So switch to this view, originator manager pending. He makes his changes. He executes the save my changes button. What that does, sets a new status, which is originator manager complete. Once that's executed, you'll see from our next video, the workflow will take that state, execute a step, such as sending an email or sending a reminder or whatever it might need to do, and then it updates the workflow status, which is shown here. So once my form status is in originator manager pending, it will then move into the next state, which is originator manager complete. I can show you a small example of this now. At our new form, it's got a number of required fields. Let's put these all in. You can see that I automatically populate my manager. So this mimics the originator's original task, which is basically to set up this form such that the rest of the managers here can approve the form in its different sections. Let's check that everything's done. I can save my changes. Oh, I've got some errors. product manager cannot be blank. Up here, let's just put in product manager. Save my changes. Alright, you'll see. So if I refresh the screen, you'll see what has actually happened here is my workflows said, right, we've got form status is originator complete, so they've completed their task. Go and execute the step, which is over here, which you can see in my workflow video. It then updates the workflow status to originator manager pending, right? And then my form, when it opens in the next time, will open in a new view, which is that originator manager pending view up here. So it's essentially just a form executing and a workflow updating the state and the form reopening in a new state. I hope that is clear to you. We'll see now in the next video what the workflow actually does.